So for people that probably don't know what genetic counselling is, and particularly members of our community, can you explain to them in simple terms what it is and what it involves?
Essentially, what a genetic counsellor does is we just have a chat to people, essentially. Our job is to talk to people about their family history of a genetic condition. So, for example, Huntington's. And we talk to them about the chance that they might have that condition, what it would mean for them, potentially for their children, if they have children, for their family, and essentially talk through, I guess, what that looks like, right? And I guess there are two main parts of my role in that there's sort of the education or providing information aspect where we want to make sure that people who come to see us have a really good understanding of what the condition is, what it means for them if they have that condition. So if there's any treatment or management that they would need to engage with, for example, as well as how it's, say, passed down through the family so they understand sort of why potentially this is happening within their family. And then the other part of my role is to essentially help people come to terms with that information. So help them adapt to the information, um, understand how it might impact their life, say if it's to do with their job or their relationships, and really sort of provide them with the support that they need to sort of incorporate this genetic information into their life.
Years ago, we shared a film where it was a journey of someone's experience of going through the genetic counselling process. And when they were given the results, it was by a genetic counsellor in a white lab coat. And it was literally handing over the letter and very much giving almost a professor type academic response to it. And so from that perception, I think there's a lot of misconceptions about genetic counsellors. So I'm wondering if this is an opportunity for us to explore maybe some of those misconceptions that you'd like to raise today and potentially address for people.
Definitely day to day, I'm not wearing a lab coat. You'll never see me in a lab coat. So definitely that is a misconception. But I think one of the big ones that I come across quite a lot is this idea that we are there to tell people what to do, right? And tell people that they have to have genetic testing or that they have to do X, Y, and Z from a genetics perspective, right? And I think as a genetic counselor, one of the core things that underpins our profession is this idea of being non-directive, so not telling people what they have to do, but helping people find the best path for them. For a lot of people, it's such a foreign concept in medicine and in healthcare because obviously in other settings, people you do have to be a bit more directive. So if someone, say, has had something found on an ultrasound and the doctors are saying, we need to do an MRI, there's a particular reason for that, right? But in genetic counselling, we have the ability to say, we've got a whole hour dedicated to just talking through what this means for you, right? And helping you understand, is this information that you actually want to know or not? And so it's all about the person sitting in front of us and helping them to understand, is this the path that I want to go down or not? Compared to us sitting there as, say, the expert in the room to say, I think you should do this. That's not our role. A lot of people come into and are unclear that sort of our role is really there on the same level to help them sort of find the best path.
I think that's a really good point because often the referrals to genetic counsellors are made by medical practitioners. I think there is that presumption that you are providing medical direction around the genetic process and results.